This is Cheatham Street Warehouse, and I wish you warm and hearty welcome on this most wondrous day of feast, St. Gary's Eve. Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas. Welcome to Gary Floater's second annual Holiday High Christmas Ball, benefiting Hayes County Food Bank. There has been some confusion, so I want to take a moment to clear it up. You give your can of food at the event. You don't get a can of food at the event. Some people, management notified me, were stealing Hot Pockets. If you are caught with Chef Boyardee in your purse, you will be asked to leave. Wow, well, we come to the end of 2011, and it has been a hell of a year of ups and downs in Miami, Missouri. Yeah. You know it's been a hard year when the repo mobile home dealer gets repossessed. So the sign used to say repo mobile homes. Now it says repo mobile homes. The corn and soybeans look good. You know Gary grew up on the land. He understands the struggle to grow things. Gary's daddy was a fire ant farmer. Well, Gary's daddy drank and the kids farmed. Gary's been playing a few gigs lately. Me and Puffy been backing him up on his recent tour. The tour even had a name. Gary called it the Let's Get This Over With tour. It was a great unsuccess. Gary did give us one of the many, many hundreds of unsold tour t-shirts. It has a great listing of all the venues we played. Stinkies, Peckerheads, Grumpies, Dirties, Shitbird Tavern, Filthy McNasties, Boners, Horny Saloon, Fuzzies, and of course the Desert Rose Cantina at Phoenix AZ. At the end of that run, Gary dumped us at the Love's truck stop off the interstate with our gear. He did leave us with sealed envelopes that said tour pay, real official on the envelopes. And when we opened them up, there were slips of paper that said, I owe you $500. So we stuffed that slip of paper in the wallet beside the rest of them, add it to the collection. But then I noticed one more piece of paper in Puffy's envelope. And we knew Gary wrote it because it was in crayon on a big chief tablet paper. And the spelling was worse than a first grader's. And I'm going to read it for you here. Puffy, Dan, and Brandon Wayne. I have tried hard to do right by you two, though you're willful and ungrateful. He spelled ungrateful like G-R-E-A-T. You are good people, but you've still got a long way to go in my book. You don't sing very good, but you sure try. I can't really understand your vocals all the time, and you play too quiet, but that's all right, I guess. Get what you pay for. Thanks anyway, though. A hero never learns. And yes, I've stiffed you guys yet again, and yes, it is for your own good. I treat you bad because I won't always be here to shit on you when you're down. You know how I always say, don't baby your band or your liver. Keep them scared so they work hard for you. The information, and that's how it's spelled, information, I have collected on my odyssey of musical failures has stuck to me like dog hair on a cardigan and has not been in vain. The quest that I have been on since the 1960s, since I first left this town to become a roving singer-songwriter man, has been a damned hard one. Yes, I've had a hard one. Many hard ones. You have to learn to hold on tight. But you know damn well I can handle my hardships. Hell, in a post-nuclear world, it would be down to me and the cockroaches. And I would be busy making wine out of cockroaches. Though there was times I went as crazy as a bat, what with that alcohol and that airplane glue. What with arguing and quarreling and threatening, guns and all that old stuff. Brandon Wayne and Puffy Dan, you are to travel across misery, across Oklahoma, across the Metroplex and the ATX to Santos Marcos for the holiday high. Go to Cheatham Street Warehouse. There you will be haunted by 3 spirits. Without their visits, you cannot hope to shun the path I tread. Have plenty of cream of mushroom soup chuggers for these spirits. And they will give you vision so that you can mend your ways before it's too late. Oh Puffy, oh BW, I wear the chain I forged in life. I made it link by link and yard by yard, turd by turd. Now, my dually pickup truck can't be saved, but maybe yours can be. I'm here tonight. Those spirits will come here tonight to warn you that you have yet a chance to move to, oh shit, Gary's spelling's terrible. Hold on. I'm here to, they'll come to warn you that you have a chance and a hope of escaping my fate. Expect the first of these spirits at the stroke of 8:15. Some clocks that stroke at 8:15. Sincerely, your outlaw, Garrett Buckwheat Floater. Well, Puffy and me just figured it was an elaborate way Gary had come up with just to get us to cover for him yet again. So here we are. Puffy and I traversed misery, Oklahoma, and Texas, and made it to Santos Marcos. We had some time to do some shopping at the outlets. Puffy got a new Tammy Hilfiger jacket and some Jordache jeans. So I'd like to open the show with the song that Gary opened that whole tour with. It's called "Let's Get This Over With." Merry Christmas, you guys. Cheers. My body's here, but my mind's at home. One more hour till I'm spending time alone. I'd like to thank you all for bringing money here. At this time I wish that I could disappear. I'm phoning it in again. Here you go. Why did I agree to do this show? I don't know, I guess I'll have to plead the fifth. Come on guys, let's get this over with. My beard and shades are like a mobile home. My singing mouth has got to do this job alone. This apathetic band's the best that I could find. I'm on my way to Cracker Barrel in my mind. I'm phoning it in again. Here you go. Why did I agree to do this show? I don't know, I guess I'll have to plead the fifth. Come on guys, let's get this over with. Just the shell of me is left, and the smell of doom. The magic me has already left the room. I don't know, I guess I'll have to drink a fifth. Come on guys, let's get this over with. Come on guys, let's get this over with. Slept in a crib, had a moon pie smeared all over my bed. I punched my first grade teacher right straight in the mouth, 'cause that's how we do it in the dirty South. Ladies and gentlemen, Puffy Dan Walters over here. I got a Dale Jr. tattoo here on my back, and my ears are still ringing from the NASCAR track. I punched Jeff Gordon right straight in the mouth, 'cause that's how we do it in the dirty South. My baby takes her top off when we go to the lake. She's soft and sexy, but she's mean as a snake. If I catch you looking at her, I'll punch you straight in the mouth, 'cause that's how we do it in the dirty South. Puffy and I went with Gary one time to the CMT Awards show. They invited Gary to the CMT Awards show by mistake. The CMT Awards show was a hell of a time. Tanya Tucker winked at me, I was standing in line. Oh, I punched her right straight in the mouth. That's how we do it in the dirty South. We sing one time with Gary. That's how we do it in the dirty South. Maybe you can hear us. One more time. That's how we do it in the dirty South. Yeah, just imagine you're Charlie Daniels threatening somebody. One last time. That's how we do it in the dirty South. Get this over with. Thank y'all for coming down to Cheatham Street Warehouse. I'd like to, it's been a ghostly night. There's been strange smells all around the place. And I think that the ghosts have maybe been responsible. But ladies and gentlemen, it's Carlos Perkins. Carlos Perkins is a fine songwriter. He wrote Blue Suede Zapatos for Enrique Presley. Carlos was one of Gary's old bandmates till he bedazzled Gary's money. He stole a piggy bank and some Chuck E. Cheese tokens. Carlos, what are you doing here, my friend? Why do you have that ghostly winkle in your eye?
BW, I don't know how to say this, but I'm a spirit. I'm the ghost of Gary's past.
But you're not dead, Carlos. What the hell? There's more of gravy about you than the grave.
That's cold, BW. Why do you doubt your senses? I'm here to give you, and you, Puffy, visions of Gary's past so that you can reclaim your lives of failure.
Lead on, spirit. Carlos.
Through the fires of failure, tough metal is forged, and that makes Gary Floater one hard-headed man. When the slick record executive in the suit handed Gary the recording contract, Floater signed it, and against legal advice, without reading it. Buried in this document was the worst deal in country music history. 4 albums for a $4 advance and a 0% royalty for the artist. Gary stole his lawyer's pen and said to the record man, "You go on ahead of me, Satan, I'm right behind you." Only 3 records were eventually released on that ill-fated contract with Hyena Family Records. The classic Denim on Denim, Soul Patch, and Depressed Outlaw hit markets in Sweden, Portugal, and the state of Missouri in a famously uncoordinated release schedule. A 4th Hyena Family recording project was abandoned due to quality control concerns, and those songs intended for an album called The Devil's Backpack were nearly lost to history. Only through the efforts of legendary producer Flip Dickerson did these songs re-emerge. Flip led a team of redneck first graders who were finally able to translate the Big Chief tablets as crayon scribble. The emerging collection of 9 nearly lost songs is remarkable as it shows a songwriter man getting back up on that gift horse and riding, with no doubts or reasonable caution, even as the stink of desperation blew across the deserts of his mind. Flip Dickerson called up Puffy Dan Walters, who then phoned B.W. Akins, who called up Marvin Hopkins, who then contacted Roy Huffmeister for one more session, and now a second Gary Floater tribute album is in the can. Floater Rising, the #2 tribute album, dropped on April 1st, 2011. April 1st, a day known in many cultures as El Dia de Tanto. This is Gary Floater's 2nd annual Holiday High, and though Gary cannot be here once again, some of his buddies and spirits have showed up to cover for his no-show, and will be performing a holiday tribute to the songs of Gary Floater. Tonight we'll be honored to hear from Skeet Duggan, Puffy Dan Walters, myself Carlos Perkins, who goes to Gary's past, the beautiful Lacey Lakeview, Cornhill Jackson Johnson Grass, and Walter Tomball. And maybe, did I see Anita Feelgood in the audience?
Yeah.
Not sure. Now I'd like to show Gary's apprentices, our MCs for tonight's ball, the #2 and 3 rated country artists in Miami, Missouri, Mr. Brandon Wayne Akins and Puffy Dan Walters. I'd like to show them a few shameful visions from Gary's past.
Ladies and gentlemen, Carlos Perkins, the ghost of Gary's past.
Gary had heard all the way from Missouri, had heard about the infamous Chicken Ranch in LaGrange, and made a few trips down this way. He made a wrong turn in LaGrange and ended up at a chicken ranch where he made love to many chickens, and on his last visit, actually a rooster. He was pretty upset that the rooster was gay. But it didn't stop him from making one more trek down, and he made the right turn this last time. Oh, yes. And he ended up writing a little Christmas nugget about that trip. That was actually where he first met his mentor and future nemesis, Kent Finley. The year was 1964. It was Christmas time when I walked under the camel toe hanging over the door at the infamous Chicken Ranch in LaGrange. Turns out that this ranch was much better than the other chicken ranch down the road. I brought some gifts with me all the way to Texas from Missouri, just to make those young girls smile like a modern day Santa Claus. There was a rumor spreading round about a Texas town, so I thought I'd take some gifts and go on down. Of course I pawned most of those gifts, that's just the floater way. But the girls couldn't hide their joy when they heard me say, hello Holly, hello Mary, you know I can't afford you all, but won't you take a moment to admire my Christmas balls? Please this, you can touch it, even though you think I'm strange. There's nothing as contagious as Christmas and LaGrange. We all gathered around on those balls on the tree. At least a dozen Texas women, Kent Finley and me. It was special, it was magic, a day I won't forget. But the outbreaks keep on coming, and I doubt they're gonna quit. Hello, Holly. Hello, Mary. You know I can't afford you all, but won't you take a moment to admire my Christmas balls? Please unwrap this. You can touch it. I know you think I'm strange, and there's nothing as contagious as Christmas in LaGrange. No, there's nothing as contagious as Christmas in LaGrange. It's the story of how Gary ended up with the gift that keeps on giving. Child is this there on your breast? I probably should take a paternity test. It's plain to see you don't smell like me. That ain't the son of old Gary. This here ain't my offspring. It looks a lot like Charlie Sheen. Yes, I'm high on mescaline, but that ain't the son of old Gary. This here ain't my offspring. It looks a lot like Charlie Sheen. Yes, I'm high on mescaline, but that ain't the son of old Gary. No, that ain't the son of old Gary. It actually was his son.
Damn, that's a shame. Bestiality, paternity battles. You said these are shadows of things that have been in Gary's past. You said that to me with ESP. That they are what they are. You know, I can't blame you, Carlos, but I can't bear it. And thank you for not haunting me any longer. Ladies and gentlemen, Carlos Perkins. I remember a week-long coke-fueled binge that came crashing down when we found out it was actually a kilo of flour. And,
A kilo of flour was actually cocaine in my hair.
yeah, I think it was Puffy's hair turned gray. It turned out we thought it was stress, but didn't know it was actually just cocaine in his hair. And those are some good times I've heard. I've seen some pictures. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a very professional show because y'all paid so much at the door. Be sure to get your only professional show here.
I gotta say, look upon me, right? I know, I gotta say that. Look upon me, I am the ghost of Gary's present.
Buffy, I thought you was a musician. I thought we was in this together. We've always been in the band. I thought you were a musician.
Well, yeah, I am. But I moonlight in the spirit world. In this economy, you take what you can get. I'm sorry I didn't tell you. I knew we were coming to Santos Marcos. With all the attractions, sights and sounds. And a lot of them spirits get in free. Santa Ranch. Children please leave. Mothers only. Wonder World. Yesterday I went hunting out in Wonder World and I bagged me 3 deer and a mermaid. I sent a picture to Gary on the camera phone I bring, and he said the mermaid was not as big as the swimming pig he shot a few years back. Gary used to go to Luby's, but now he goes to Golden Corral because they've got the chocolate fountain. Last time I went with him, he was bathing in the chocolate fountain. He's there right now, in the present, just like me, the ghost of the Christmas present. But I know the chocolate fountain is no laughing matter. The chocolate fountain is 2 feet deep. That's enough chocolate to drown in. But think if your relative falls in the chocolate fountain. Think how much easier it will be when you go see them in the hospital. Because it could be worse. At least he's coated in chocolate. But tonight, Gary has his floaties on. And he's singing this song about heroes.
Puffy Dan Walters, the ghost of Christmas present. Gary's present.
To the Luby's after Friday night's football game. The man in the checkout line said, "There goes old what's her name." She said, "You ought not talk that way about the people who raised you up." So I clenched my fist and I stared him down and said, "Mama, get in the truck." 'Cause a hero never learns, never tells nobody no, never says I told you so. It's a fire that always burns. A hero never learns. A hero never learns. Dog in my pickup truck out to the edge of town, to a place he'd never been before. Then I turned that truck around. Old Hank was a good old dog, but I had to set him free. I tried not to look in my rear view mirror as he was chasing after me. 'Cause a hero never learns, never tells nobody no, never says I told you so. It's a fire that always burns. A hero never learns. A hero never learns. Nope. know, BW, we had a good trip down after the tour where we didn't get paid.
Good trip.
Well, I was driving, an eagle flew over the highway to encourage me. Then it took a shit on a foreign car.
Puffy, would you play that song that Gary taught us about? Gary's not too, he doesn't know a lot about geopolitics. He doesn't really know anything about maps, but he knows he was angry. Would you play that song?
I will. Folks are talking and they're talking how the U.S. ain't the best, but the eagle is getting tired of y'all shitting in his nest. You thought he was only sleeping, plucked feathers out one by one, but he just had one eye closed, so amigo, you better run. We're flying down to Mexico, we're gonna rain on your parade. 30 pounds of angry eagle, and he damn sure ain't afraid. Look out, you're gonna take pot shots at these American dreams. Cause just when you ain't watching, that's when the eagles scream. It's a sticky situation for old Jacques and Pierre. Maple syrup can't stop eagles when they're flying through the air. You can keep your old bacon, you can have that natural gas. Look out, you old maple leaf, you can kiss this eagle's ass. Cause we're flying up to Canada, we're gonna rain on your parade. 30 pounds of anger eagle, and the damn show ain't afraid. Look out if you're gonna take pot shots, these American dreams. Just when you ain't watching, son, that's when the eagles scream. And as for you old Aussies, look out for number one. You can keep your old koala bear and Olivia Newton-John. You can get physical all you want. We're gonna make it stick with some good old apple pie and a big old eagle dick. We're flying up to Australia, we're gonna rain on your parade. 30 pounds of angry eagle, he damn sure ain't afraid. Look out if you're gonna take pot shots at these American dreams. It's just when you ain't watching, son, that's when the eagles scream. Just when you ain't looking, son, that's when the eagles scream.
Puffy Dan Walters. Our teleprompter man didn't show up. Spirit, tell me if the 30-pound eagle will live.
I see a vacant perch in the poor chimney corner, and an eagle crutch without an owner, carefully preserved. If these shadows remain unaltered by the future, the 30-pound angry eagle will die.
No, kind spirit, Puffy, say the eagle will be spared.
BW, if the shadows remain unaltered by the future, none other of my race will find eagle dicks here. What then? Shaw. Thank you, BW. That's what Gary screamed when he got out of the chocolate fountain. He got out and he had chocolate all in his beard. BW, you remember that song Gary wrote as a tribute to his own beard?
Americana beard? Or me and my face?
Well, that's close, BW, but I'm talking about Boogie Bear.
Well, Puffy, I don't know if I can do that one.
BW, listen to me. I'm a fucking spirit. You can do it. You can do it, ladies and gentlemen.
This is I'm gonna see if I can get through this. This is a song that Gary wrote for Santa Claus. Santa Claus rejected it for the B.W. Stevens. But I do overheard him singing it. It goes like this. No mustached man can understand or believe the beard I bring. No smooth shaved face can take my place. Gypsy lady, I dance and sing. I'm a big old boogie bear. I got loads of love to share. I got the beard to get you there, like a big old boogie bear. Like a Moses man, I'll take your hand and lead you across the floor. In this light parade, I'll give you shade and leave you wanting more. 'Cause I'm a big old boogie bear. I got loads of love to share. I got the beard to get you there, like a big old boogie bear. Boogie. Boogie bear. At my facial hair, the ladies stare. They cannot look away. Let's find a pink umbrella and a pina colada and a private place to play. 'Cause I'm a big old boogie bear. I got loads of love to share. I got the beard to get you there, like a big old boogie bear. Boogie. Boogie bear, boogie, boogie, I love you. Well, I'm going to read a holiday poem that Gary wrote. This is actually, for those of you who don't know what a poem is, it's like a song with no music. And it rhymes. And this is something that he wrote and he mailed along with one of those postcards, one of those letters of his year, and a picture of himself with a endangered migratory bird that he was molesting. It was his holiday card. It was a taxidermy bird. He wasn't molesting it anymore. I'm gonna hunker down by a roaring fire with a piece of pumpkin pie. Bourbon in my coffee cup, no teardrops in my eye. My mother-in-law will be here soon with a list of all my flaws. I'm gonna sit here in this easy chair like a drunken Santa Claus. 'Cause you can't bring me down from my holiday high. Those mashed potatoes won't eat themselves. I'll protect myself with pie. I worked hard all year, and now, my dear, I'll build a calorie cocoon. And I won't come back out again till New Year's Day at noon. Holiday high, y'all. We're going to take a 5-minute intersection. Take a 5-minute intersection. Thank y'all for being here. We'll be back with more ghosts and mayhem and some live people too. Thank y'all for coming. 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Thank you. Hold on. That was the actual first 5-minute. When a band ever told you 5-minute break, that was the first time that's ever happened in history. We're making history tonight, people. And could I get a little less of Dave's sweater in my monitor? Thank y'all for wearing your sweaters and boots. It gives you that rugged, cozy look. Not as good as a Carhartt jacket, but I guess those are all getting bought up by the presidential candidates. But Gary's got a couple, and he wore it one time on a truck commercial. He pitched this to Ford. He wanted to get a big yellow truck, like he saw. Can't ever remember his name. I think it was a Taylor Keith. Taylor Keith had a big yellow truck, and then Gary wrote this song and tried to get himself a truck. His friends told him it wasn't going to work out. See if you can figure out why. Here goes. This whole world can be confusing. All the colors, shapes, and sound, rules and regulations, plants and animals abound. Sometimes it's hard to know just where a country boy belongs, what a country boy should feel when he hears a country song. I'm gonna kiss my kids and go to work, drive around in a truck like a big old jerk, watch the clock, then I'll drink a brew. That's what I'm gonna do. Must be nice to go to Starbucks and drink a Frappuccino tea. I smell my Folgers in the morning light. Folgers is good enough for me. I'm gonna kiss my kids and go to work, drive around in a truck like a big old jerk, punch the clock, then I'll drink a brew. I come crawling in at 3 a.m., breathing on you when you're all tucked in. We'll make sweet love for a minute or two. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna kiss my kids and go to work, drive around in a truck like a big old jerk, punch the clown, then I'll drink a brew. That's what I'm gonna do. 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 Why didn't he get the truck deal? You can't call them jerks.
The dealer didn't even offer him the big old blow-up gorilla that was in the front of the car. Well, I remember when Gary wrote this song. Me and BW was both in the band back then. This is, as BW said, you know, Gary's had about 30 years of musical unsuccess. And this is a song that he pitched originally to Ray Price, Mr. Ray Price, and Ray Price never heard it because it was sent by passenger pigeon. Apparently they didn't make it to Bandera. But Gary actually, Ray Price said that he couldn't hold the microphone right because it was but Gary didn't even know who Ray Price was. He thought it was a cereal. So after that, Gary pitched this song to Conway Twitty, and after all of his songs have been rejected and by a lot of country music stars, he broke into Reba McEntire's house one time, and this one was the only song that he pitched to somebody that actually got a letter back, and it was a rejection letter from Conway Twitty. And he was rejecting the song, but he said, "Thank you very much," and he gave him a keychain with a little plastic nudie suit of himself on there. So this is a song that Gary wrote about a lonely young lady that he saw in a bar one time. It was just the two of them. You say you've had it up to here with all the lying and the tears. Your heart's been broke so many ways. That's why you're sitting here today, watching bubbles in your beer. Well, darling, I've been feeling blue. So can I sit down next to you? Throw some light upon the shade in this honky-tonk parade. Let me look into your eyes. Let me kiss you where it hurts. I'll put my finger on it first. Dancing where my flashlight shines, that you see from time to time. Let me kiss you where it hurts. I've got a camera in the van. That's just the kind of man I am. We'll throw some loving on YouTube just to see what we can do. Let me kiss you where it hurts. Alright, Cheatham Street Warehouse, celebrating so many years of musical greatness. Even though Gary couldn't be here, I want to hear you. Let me kiss you where it hurts. I'll put my finger on it first. Dancing where my flashlight shines, that you see from time to time. Let me kiss you where it hurts. I've got a bobcat colored jacket. I've got a pair of golden keys. Nobody ever asked me why. I'm just an ordinary guy. Let me kiss you where it hurts. Let me kiss you where it hurts. Dan. Gary is a master of multiple genres of music, and that is an example of creepy country. He's also a master of tearjerker country, knucklehead country, and he records them all on his Fisher-Price tape recorder, and he writes genre mastered. And he means that he
There's nothing else to know about that. Well, it's Christmas. It's a time of feasting. So I'd like to play a song that Gary pitched to Sugarland. He didn't know anything about the band. He just thought they sounded hungry. So here's a feasting song. Thinking about Gary there at that Golden Corral right there. I really shouldn't. I'm stuffed. You think I had enough? Eat till I shit pants. Come on, give me another chance. Well, I gotta take care of these hungry dreams till I'm satisfied. Pull over, I wanna eat that. I wanna eat it with country pride. Cow, chicken, or pig, put it on the sign real big till I'm full as a tick. I think I'm gonna be sick. Well, I gotta take care of these hungry dreams till I'm satisfied. Pull over, I wanna eat that. Wanna eat it with country pride. Oh no, you didn't, honky please. Hands off that American cheese. Country boy, country ham, chicken fried, hot damn. Well, I gotta take care of these hungry dreams till I'm satisfied. Pull over, I wanna eat that. Wanna eat it with country pride. Y'all ever ate something with country pride? Now's your time. Let's sing along here. Let me hear you. Let it go. Well, I gotta take care of these hungry dreams till I'm satisfied. Pull over, I wanna eat that. I wanna eat it with country pride. Pull over, I wanna eat that. I wanna eat it with country pride.
There's leftovers of that song at the merchandise table.
And if you want to get a couple of different albums, it's Pay What You Want on the Gary Floater leftover t-shirts and leftover CDs. It's if you want to get a couple of different albums, you can get a mix of leftovers. We call it a musical prison love. You can mix your own and make your own change. Oh Lord. Well, are y'all enjoying the holiday high so far? I can't remember where we are in the plot, but it's a plot somewhere in there. And I think I sense another specter. At least I smell one. Ladies and gentlemen, Skeet Duggan. Skeet Duggan, folks.
Yes, sir.
I fear you more than any specter I've seen. But I know your purpose is to do me good. Ladies and gentlemen, the ghost of Gary's future.
Gary, it is a sad future. It is a dystopian future. These gentlemen that you chosen to run the roads with you made it so damn difficult to take you seriously that folks did not heed your warnings about the dangers of Canada. What with the deficit that's been on, that don't get no better until we sold the Dakotas to Canada to get things square. We sold South Dakota, pardon me. We sold North Dakota, we even sold Dakota Fanning, who was a 37-year-old MILF in this dystopian future of ours. That's right, Fargo, the beautiful city of Fargo, is ass deep in moose humpers. And up on the glorious Mount Rushmore they carved the horrible visage of Puffy Dan Aykroyd. This is on your head, BW. Your head! Do you see this?
I see that vision you got there. But I do remember one thing about the Canada thing. Remember when Gary told us that when we're crossing the border, musicians, when you're crossing the border at Canada, tell them you are in a country band. Don't tell them folk. If you tell them folk, that means you have drugs. If you tell them country, that just means you're drunk.
That's just good advice.
I would love. Oh, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Skeet Duggan from the future. He's going to need to recharge his hat here in a little bit.
Yes, can I get a little more of my technologically correct cowboy hat in the monitor? Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's getting paid 3 hot pockets for this.
Worth every pocket. Thank you, BW. There's still time to change, you know. By the way, noted futurist Michael James Fox was correct about the hoverboards, Gary. You're going to enjoy those. You will lose 2 good cowboy hats and like to break your arm, but hoverboards all the same. This is about the tragic jet ski accident where you damn near lost your life. It was summertime, sunshine, lake bum, sunburn, assholes on the boat. A jet ski on the ski bow, like a wet billy goat. Up on Sunburn Lake, down by ship face down. Now my jeans are cold and wet, and I can't remember who I am. My Caribbean necklace sails and shine. It feels like I dated from an earlier time. A cowboy hat cut to fit my head. It looked like a pirate and the pirate said, Caribbean jerky chicken on my plate, out on Sunburn Lake. It was up on Jackass Creek, down by shit face down. Now I'm up on Sunburn Lake, with a catfish in my hand, and a sunblock on my nose. The jet ski rides away, and my baby takes the top off, down on Sunburn Lake. And my deep sea necklace with shells that shine, I feel like a native from an earlier time. The hat cut off to fit my head. It looked like a pirate and the pirate said, Caribbean jerky chicken on my plate, out on Sunburn Lake. Up on Jackass Creek, over by shit face down. It was summertime, sunshine, lake bum, sunburn, assholes on the boat. Thank you. Happy future. Merry Christmas.
Skeet, are these shadows of things that will be, or are they shadows of things that may be only?
They are shadows of floater yet to come.
Is that my jet ski? Is that my shadow? Is that my jet ski crashed out on that pier? Are those my jorts? No, Spirit. Oh no. Spirit, Skeet, hear me. I'm not the man I was. Assure me that I may change these shadows you've shown me by altered life. I will honor Gary's message in my heart and try to keep it all the year. I will live in Gary's past, present, and future. If the spirits of all 3 shall strive within me, I shall not shut out the lessons that they teach. Gary Christmas, everybody.
Don't fuck it up, son.
The future. MySpace. Is MySpace still around?
Coming back.
Well, this is my moment to unwind. It's these moments I crave. My time to indulge myself with the rich aroma from 100% Arabica beans. It's time to cozy up with my favorite McCafe. My moment to celebrate. I'm loving it. Merry Christmas, y'all. That will be the end of our plot for the night. But that's a poem that Gary wrote for McDonald's. They printed it on the cup of his favorite drink, the mocha peppermint mochaccino. He asked him to please add 4 sugars. Sometimes I like to go clown, go to McDonald's. But that's not why we're here. And I don't know how long I've been among the spirits. I don't know anything. I'm quite a baby. Never mind, I don't care. Excuse me, what's today? Eh?
Gary Christmas. Gary Eve. St. Gary's Eve.
It's holiday high. Then I haven't missed it. Merry Christmas, everyone. This is a song that Gary's ancestors wrote 3,000 years ago. Because even back then, even before the time of Jesus, there were still alcoholics. In fact, they looked in the rubble of the Parthenon and they found a flipped Dooley chariot. They knew that must have been floaters people. So this is a song that Gary's ancestors wrote 3,000 years ago. Lost sinner, I was once like you. I didn't know what to do. I put all my care into earthly things, till I saw the lightning in the sky. I nearly got a DWI. But then I turned it all over to Zeus. Turn it over, turn it over, turn it all over to Zeus. Turn it over, turn it over. You got to turn it all over to Zeus. I was blowing my own horn, using stimulants and porn. I was a sorry sight to see. Till I had run a real bad luck. Shit, I nearly flipped my truck. Till I turned it on over to Zeus. Turn it over, turn it over, turn it on over to Zeus. Come on, y'all. Turn it over, turn it over, turn it on over to Zeus. All the guys. Turn it over, turn it over, turn it on over to Zeus. All the girls. All the Oak Ridge boys. Turn it over, turn it over, move bop over to Zeus. Over, turn it over, got to turn it all over to Zeus. 3,000 years ago. But in the last 60 years of Gary's life, he's been married to 13 people. 12 women. 1 rooster. You heard Carlos talking about that. But one of his ex-wives he met out at Pigeon Forge. And they were working at the Opry out there. So I'd like to introduce one of his ex-wives, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Lacey Lakeview. Ladies and gentlemen, Lacey Lakeview. She has 14 children. She's one of them is older than her. But Gary and her got to arguing and quarreling and threatening and talking about guns and killing each other, and they broke up. They broke up their duo, and I picked up Gary's scraps and I married her. So thank you for being here. But Gary is trying to rebrand himself. He's trying to rebrand themselves now that country music is changing, he's trying to, he found out all the big money is in folk. And so he's made some changes, and Lacey's going to sing about it. Lacey's got this on her new album. This is one of Gary's songs. Ladies and gentlemen, Lacey Lakeview.
I have got this guitar made of wood. Don't you think this guitar sounds so good?
Yeah.
My roots are deep in this genre's music tree. Americana Me. I wish my grandpa was still alive today. On our front porch, Americana's what he'd play. Some things ain't the way they used to be. They can change, not Americana Me. This guitar made of wood and wire and steel helps me get that Americana feel. This genre is the perfect choice for me. Americana Me. I have got this guitar made of wood. Don't you think this guitar sounds so good?
Yes.
Grandpa, you'd be so proud to see Americana Me. Americana Me.
Mustache roasted by an open fire. Jack in the box nipping at your nose. Oh hell, what the hell here?
Yeah.
Here we go. Thank you, Lacey. I love you. Mustache roasted by an open fire. Jack in the box nipping at your nose.
Tater tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. Oh, Frosty the Snowman was a jolly happy soul with cornbread life and a button coat and the keys made out of gold.
Oh, down through the village with a flashlight in his hand, driving here and there in conversion van, saying, catch me if you can.
Must have been some magic in that rubber mask they found.
'Cause when he placed it on his head, the policeman punched him to the ground.
And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you.
Lacey Lakeview, folks. The road is a lonely place. And I take every opportunity I can. I remember one gig at Phoenix AZ, Gary. It was a big old warehouse, big old metal building. And there was 2 people there at the show. And one of them was listening to the words of this song. And I remember Gary said, this is what he said. This is a song he pitched to John Anderson. And John Anderson threw it right back at him. Right through Desert Rose Cantina, then Phoenix AZ can be a lonely old place for a singer like me. A pretty peroxide blonde sitting close to the stage, 36, 24, and a third of my age. She's looking at this cowboy with a sexy stare. Stand back, boys, I'm fixing to care. Stand back, boys, I'm fixing to care. She sucks on the long neck and licks her lips, eats a handful of cherries and shakes her hips. She turns around and shows me her zebra thong. She yells out that the dirty South is her favorite song. I want some honey like a grizzly bear. Stand back, boys, I'll fix it to care. Stand back, boys, I'll fix it to care. I wish Flip Dickerson could be here tonight, but he had an armadillo accident. Well, I wanna lay on her like a lazy boy chair. Stand back, boys, I'm fixing to care. She looks about as juicy as a Bartlett pear. Stand back, boys, I'm fixing to care. She smokes a Camel 100 and tosses her hair. Stand back, boys, I'm fixing to care. You better stand back, boys, I'm fixing to care. Well, thank y'all for coming to the holiday high. I swear we're going to try to do better in the future. And now that I've seen the future, you need rechargeable cowboy hats. And the jet skis are also made of aluminum foil in the future. But Gary's always been a great coach, and so I want to do one more song. Puffy, would you do this song here with me about Gary's coach, his high school football coach?
Yeah.
Gary, in Miami, Missouri, is they have to play high school football like everybody else. The only trouble is those coaches there have to deal with a bunch of losers and midgets. And so, the whole town's giving him a lot of pressure on winning, and this is the only song that Gary actually wrote, outside of his own perspective. He wrote this for his high school football coach, and his high school football coach wouldn't record it. But I'm going to do it here, and then, so here goes.
BW, I'm sorry, I forgot one thing. Gary's high school football coach, before a game, he liked to relax by ironing his jeans.
That's the way he unwinds. Coach was standing alone with a wet megaphone in the pouring rain. They thought he was insane. He's got his plum smugglers on, singing a coach's song, a playbook in his hand, beneath the stadium stands. It's not a threat, it's a fact. We gotta win district back. This train's off its track. It's not a threat, it's a fact. Just look up on that wall, the boys who won district before. Those are the faces of winners that you see by the door. Rainwater streams off his brim. This town don't believe in him. Those boys had no fear, like a truck in winning gear. It's
not a threat, it's a fact. We gotta win district back. This is no time to relax. It's not a threat, it's a fact.
They haven't won a game, but he's got district dreams. He tackled himself for the good of the team. Over a glass of wine at the house with his wife to bring that trophy in, he'd gladly give his life.
It's not a threat, it's a fact. You gotta win district back. This train's off its track. It's not a threat, it's a fact. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, Lord.
Well, thank y'all very much. We got time for one more song. This is a song that Gary wrote. This is a song that Gary wrote. It's called White Christmas. Yeah. And one of the few Gary songs. It's on a holiday album that's coming out. It's called Fill My Christmas Balls. And here goes White Christmas. 'Twas in Bethlehem, twixt the Tigris and Euphrates, a miraculous white boy was born. Though the folks all around had skin that was brown, his was white on that first Christmas morn. Be a glorious white Christmas, white like the Star of Bethlehem. Be a glorious white Christmas, gonna celebrate it white as I can. Yeah. Like the loaves and the fishes, my grandma has a way of turning cream of mushroom soup to casserole. Saccharin and margarine we will consume. We're just hungry white sheep in the fold. Be a glorious white Christmas, white like the Star of Bethlehem. Be a glorious white Christmas, we're gonna celebrate it white as I can. We're gonna celebrate it white as I can. Thank y'all for coming to the Holiday High. Carlos Perkins, Steve Duggan, Lacey Lakeview. Waller Tomball couldn't be here. Flip Dickerson had an armadillo accident. But Puffy Dan Walters here. We'd like to leave you with a little bit of Christmas wisdom. One last recitation that Gary wrote. And Puffy Dan, would you do Grandpa's Promise?
I'd like to ask a moment of silence for everybody's grandpa. If you could, please. Please, everybody. Gary actually didn't have a grandpa, but he was born in a test tube, but that's... Grandpa's Promise. He grew up in the Tennessee mountains without a penny to his name. He taught me how to be a man and how not to be ashamed. Though he had only a rock for a pillar and granite pebbles were his only friends, he had something he had to tell me before his life would end. Though we were common people, he had uncommon pride. And this is what he told me on the day that he died.
Yeah!
That's what old Grandpa said just before he left this world. Then he was dead. He was mean as a viper, sneaky as an old tomcat. He died with a heart on, but we don't talk about that. He never read a book. He never wrote a word. The moment before he died, yeah! That's what I heard. Thank y'all very much. That's Grandpa's promise. Thank y'all for coming. BW, Brandon Wayne Akins, y'all. Mr. Brandon Wayne Akins, y'all.
Poppy Dan Walters. Here's to the songs of Gary Floater.